Bloomburrow has been a blast to play, and I'm going to tell you right now, Trash Pandas, Tribal Raccoons, you could not ask for a more fun deck to play, simply because when you play your cards, you get your bonuses. You don't have to do anything special. You just have to cast them. That's it. And you get your stuff. Like, it's nuts. I'm not even kidding you. The speed in which this deck can ramp up, and if you put some true mana ramp from the rest of standard in this deck, it would be like, let's just get into the deck, okay? We're going to show you what the deck is, and we're going to talk about it a little bit real quick, okay? Here we go. So in this deck, you do need mana ramp, and I've got 3 cards that give me that mana ramp. We got Brazen Collector. Every time they attack, they first of all have first strike, so that's always a nice little bonus, and they give you 1 red mana. Then you get a mountain for just attacking. It's great, and you don't lose it at the end of your mana steps or phases. That's kind of awesome. The other mana ramp guy is Wondertail Mentor. You get to tap it for a mountain or a forest. That is great. And whenever you get your little bonus expend, which this expend is a great mechanic, by the way. I haven't really said it yet, but it's a great mechanic. Simply, if I cast 4 mana worth of stuff in that turn, he gets a +1/+1 counter. Just automatically. I just have to cast it. I don't have to target him. I just have to cast it. Casting a creature spell or two drops, he gets a +1/+1 counter just by casting my guys. That's awesome. Now, the last mana ramper, which is the best mana ramper in this entire deck, because essentially Mara, Trash Tactician, gets 1 green or 1 red, so 1 mountain, 1 forest, for every raccoon you control. If you have 5 raccoons on the field, at the very beginning of your first main phase, you get to pick a combination of a mountain and a forest however many times, up to 5 times. So if you have 5 mana plus that, you technically have 10 mana to your disposal. And that mana is not just signified to cast creature spells. It's just mana. You get it to cast whatever you want. That is great. And when you expend 4 with this guy, you gain 3 life. You expend 8, you get to exile 2 cards of your library until the end of your next turn, and you may play those cards. So simply by me just casting my spells, I get these bonuses. Expend is fun. Now let's talk about the rest of the cards in the deck. We got Raccoon Railer. This guy right here gives me the ability to give my other cards haste. You can't argue with that. We got Taking Out the Trash. Take Out the Trash deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. If you control a raccoon, you may discard a card. If you do, draw a card. So basically, if I have too much mana and I play this guy right here, I get to get rid of my mana and hopefully draw into something that's gonna be a lot better. Bare Knuckle Boxer. Okay, not Bare Knuckle. Bark Knuckle Boxer. I messed that one up. I'm sorry, guys. Whenever you expend 4, Bark Knuckle Boxer. Say that 10 times fast. It's too much, guys. It's too much. Wizards, come on. It's too much. Gains indestructibility until end of turn. That's just nice. Anytime I spend my mana just to cast stuff and he gets indestructibility, you swing with him every time because you're not going to lose him. Like, it's a win-win at the end of the day. Overprotect. Sorry, not overprotected. Overprotect. Target creature gets +3/+3 and gains trample, hexproof, and indestructible until end of turn. Great for that little extra oomph you want to cast in there. It's good to give your creatures a bit of protection and that indestructibility, like always. We've already talked about Wondertail Mentor. Now, Bramble Guard Veteran. This guy's a lot of fun because if you cast that 4 mana, you do that expend 4 on this guy. Whenever you do that, all your raccoons get +1/+1 and vigilance till end of turn. I'm sorry, but it's not hard to get to casting 4 mana once you're at 4 things. So the only thing this deck is missing is card draw. Getting my ability to draw more cards so I can cast more stuff to have my things trigger even faster would be absolutely amazing. But like I said, I've had no problem having the ability to cast enough stuff to have everything trigger and then have my opponent either scoop or me just run right over them. Now, Teapot Slinger. I love this guy. First of all, he's got Menace. You can't argue with Menace. He's got expend 4. Whenever you expend 4, Teapot Slinger deals 2 damage to each opponent. That is a shock, but that's each opponent. So if you're playing against multiple opponents, you do 2 damage to each of them. So it's a shock if you're only playing one guy. It's a bunch of shocks if you're playing 3. I love it. I love it so much. I love this card is so much fun to have. Plus, at the end of the day, if you have him down and then you play him again, you automatically trigger everything because he's a 4-drop, so he triggers everything again. It's just great, guys. It's just great. We're running 12 forests and 12 mountains. I'm playing around with the mana a little bit right now because there have been a couple of games where I either didn't draw enough or drew too many. Okay. Now that being said, you can't really get upset with that. It's going to happen eventually. You're always going to run into a game or two where you're going to draw too many or draw too little. So you got to take that into effect. If you do it too many times, then yes, you then need to start playing around with your mana. But I feel that 12 and 12 has worked very well for me in this deck, and it's given me the ability to really boost things up. Now, like I said before, these decks I'm building, these tribal raccoons, tribal squirrels, tribal bats, tribal otters, and all stuff that I'm building are all just from Bloomburrow. If you open these decks up to the rest of the standard, like, that you can get, the rest of the standard cards you're allowed to bring in, you can make them so much worse. You can make them so much more potent. And it's just absolutely insanely fun to play these cards and just have the ability to just like have the trigger, as you're going to see. Continue watching after this little video here, this little like intro to the deck, and you're going to see me just the triggers go off. It's so much fun. It's just, I can't say more about it. I really can't say more about it. Oh man. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching the video. I really do appreciate it. And if you enjoy these videos, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, that like button, that great bell notification icon that gives you the ability to be notified whenever I post something new again. I would really appreciate it. It's the best way to support the channel. There's other ways you can support the channel too, by sharing the videos and all that kind of stuff, but really just subscribing to the channel and following along is the best way to support the channel. I really do appreciate it when you do. Thank you so much. And if you want to keep doing everything you're doing, well, just keep doing that then. Thank you so much again. And like I said, if you want to see some of the gameplay, just keep watching and you'll catch a couple of wins here real fast. And yeah, Platinum 2, guys. Yeah, I've been only playing these decks in ranked, and we've reached Platinum 2. That's got to say something. Either the whole set's just overpowered, or there's like massive synergy with all the cards, with tribal in this set. Massive synergy. That's great. I love it. That's so much fun. Anyways, till next time, guys. Doses. This guy right here, gotta love him. Bramble Guard veteran. Whenever you expend 4 raccoons you control, get +1/+1 and gain vigilance until end of turn. You gotta love that. You gotta have this guy in your deck. 100% he needs to be in your deck. This is part of your deck. This guy is part of your deck. Like, oh, it's just, it's so lovely. And then now watch. 1, 2, 3. I get 3 mana to add. I have 7 mana. It's turn 5, and I have 7 mana on the field that I can spend now, which is my entire hand. My entire hand right now. So we're gonna play another one of these guys. We're going to play this guy as well, because why not? Give all my bonuses. There we go. Look at that. Oh, it's looking so beautiful. We're going to swing with everything. We're going to add another mana no matter what. So now I got that mana back up there. We're going to let this guy block, but we're going to have even more fun because we're going to go ahead and we're going to cast this. We're going to pump it into that guy right there. It's only going to give us 7 mana, but now we're going to go ahead and drop kick this guy right in the teeth down to 3. And he quits. Hey, just straight up, raccoons are, oh my goodness, they know how to collect the trash. They know how to bring it in hard. I'm just saying it right now. Like, they are fun. They are freaking fun. All right, he's got flying. I don't like flying, but that's all right. We have to deal with it. We have to deal with it. It is what it is. So let's get this guy out, because that's just what we're gonna do. Get him out. There we go. He's now +4/+4. We're gonna tap you. Target him, and we're gonna swing with everything. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. You know you want to block. Oof. Everything is everything. So this guy is basically a shock. Every time I spend 4 mana on my turn, whenever you expend 4. So, sorry, hold on. Hold on. That doesn't mean on my turn. If I'm able to cast something with 4 mana in general, this thing goes off. Hells yeah. And he's got menace. That's even greater. That's so much better. That's so much better. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and do this. There we go. We're gonna go ahead and do this. There's our mana. There's all the loveliness. There's 2 points right there. We're gonna tap you to give that guy haste, and we're gonna swing for the fences. Quite literally, this guy dies now. Okay, he didn't die now. He's got 2 life. That's expend for you guys. Right there. That is expend for you right there. Like, Jesus. And the crazy part is I don't even have my main mana ramp out here. If I had the main guy out here, I would get 1 mana for each raccoon I had on the field. Just given to me in my pool. I would get 6 mana. I'd have like 11 mana. I don't have that. So we just go ahead and he quits. He knows I was about to swing. I literally was gonna swing with everything, and he just quits. He did what he had to do. Guys, look at this. Look at this. I'm Platinum 2, and I'm playing only ranked this season when the new set dropped. Bloomburrow dropped. Okay, I've only played with tribal decks from Bloomburrow, cards only from Bloomburrow, and I'm already Platinum 2.